when you're in a water park, you are the cart. And there's so much difference in weight and size and stuff like that my experience is going to be so much different from Beck's. And if Beck goes down a thing and she goes, I don't like that, I might go down and go, foot, and fucking smash into the water or skip across the water and my big tits are fucking jiggling while I'm going. I fucking hate water parks.
Tequila! I don't want to be Boobies.
GMat.
Is there anything for dessert or something?
Oh, Mario!
Oh my God!
Whoa.
Hometown Spider-Man.
Yay. I need help with doing a push-up.
This is still going?
Yep.
Blind man. Something in my sense of feeling. And this is how you remind me.
When the first Spider-Man movie with Tobey Maguire came out, my dad bought the soundtrack on CD and it was just all Nickelback and he played it non-fucking stop for
What's
like
that hero one?
years.
How's the hero
Because he
one
gets
go?
music. He knows what music is.
Only a hero could save
No, you're thinking of.
Gonna stand here and
There goes my hero.
I need a hero.
Back, another hero song.
The hero.
I can remember. I came in at the wrong
A
point.
fucking riff off.
This is just like Pitch Perfect.
I love that scene in Pitch Perfect.
Is that your favourite movie of all time?
Actually.
No, get out.
Because you always laugh when he talks about movies.
Get out.
Why do you always laugh at my movie selections?
Don't know.
I
It's
think
so
my
funny to me.
because I've edited them and I've watched them when they premiere and that. My favourite moment is when, for no reason at all, Aidan says, I think The Matrix is my favourite movie of all time. Great movie. And you go...
It's because Ben.
And you're like,
Ben's one of
why?
those guys
And you're
that's
like, it was just so definitive.
Yeah.
You're just like,
Yeah.
this is my favourite
And out of
movie.
nowhere
and
as
everyone,
well.
shut up.
Yeah.
Was it out of nowhere that I said The Matrix is my
No,
favorite movie?
It was
Were we
that.
talking
I've
potentially
never
about
heard,
it?
never heard you talk about The Matrix before.
It's a private
I
section
have,
of my life. I don't talk about it often. But there's a new Matrix movie coming out. I thought maybe for the podcast I'll mention it. But next time I fucking won't.
The Matrix is more of a religion
You guys
for
have
me.
pointing in your mouth, do you?
Yeah, that's usually how they go.
Oh, I wonder how they fucking start buzzing. Look at the way he's treating the cable. Look how taut it is.
Nice and taut.
Nice and fucking taut.
I don't get the buzzing because I did nothing to the cable except unplug both ends and move it around and
Maybe
replug
the
it.
heat causes things to expand and contract.
I think it's
a bit of
a
a science boy here.
I think it's a circuit ish, like a what's it called when you've got
Albert Park
something plugged in here, something plugged.
The Formula Ones.
I
Fat One
looked at
Grand
you
Prix.
because I was really hoping you would know it.
What is this, fucking Bathurst?
Hey, a little bit of V8 supercar humor. Let's go, baby.
All right, let's do a podcast. Let's fucking make a podcast happen. I hope.
I think I'm going to be lovelier today.
Let's all just be lovely today.
Oh, Aidan, is that possible?
Fuck off.
lovelier?
Damn it.
He's saying
That's so quick.
that can't be possible because you're already so lovely.
Oh, is that what
I
you're
was saying
saying?
there's no way he could ever be more lovely.
Beck, am I in the middle?
Yep.
Sweet.
Middle of these
Swerved.
nuts.
What?
I don't know.
That makes no fucking sense.
That makes... What?
Why are you not
You
working?
do
Guys,
Jerry Lewis today.
This fucking Barocca has gone straight to my brain.
If anyone's wondering, I was connected to my my wireless Beats and not the mixer. That's why the sound wasn't coming through.
Wow, we've got a beats owner. What a prestigious podcast
fucking
we've
pick
become.
fucking pick that name up off the floor. Jesus, is Dr. Dre in the other room? My God.
I don't think anyone
Must be nice.
in the last 2 years has ever bragged about having Beats.
I
'Cause the
did
second
once
I say,
on this podcast I bragged about it once, and you two ripped me to shreds.
For good reason. And I think you have bragged about it because you called me up a couple of weeks ago. and
I
you're like,
called you up to ask why people keep making fun of me. I
He
wasn't
called me up.
bragging.
He came
But you
into
must be
work.
like, so I got some
and-
new beats, pretty cool, huh? And people were like, no, that's not cool. And then you called me. You had to have brought it up for people to be like, no.
People
They-
making
they
fun of you
don't
for the
like
reason
them.
you made fun of me.
But I didn't remember making fun of you for having Beats.
Go back in the podcast.
That's what you said last week, and then I went back in the podcast. I was like,
There
"Oh, you
is.
did abuse and make your teacher cry for remembering her dead husband."
Yeah.
But last week you're like, "No, I made her happy." And
She
I went-
was happy.
She wasn't. In your story you told originally, she was openly weeping, and it was like, "Yay, we don't have to do."
It's just salt and pepper for the podcast. mate.
we
I'm
just
a
got to
nice
decide
person.
which is the.
You've got
which
to pick which way you're going to
But this
salt
is a
or
good.
pepper
Whoa,
it.
whoa, whoa, whoa,
You can't
whoa,
do
whoa,
it
stop,
every couple
stop.
of years. Just throw some,
Great
a different
deflection.
seasoning on it.
But you made fun of me for beats eons ago.
No, but my deflection was I can't. I don't believe I did.
You did.
Okay.
Your story, Aidan, was
convinced.
that your teacher had beats and you bullied her into killing herself.
No, Jesus Christ!
Aidan didn't bully his teacher into killing herself.
This fucking podcast
She did it
does
herself
my
by
head
having
in.
beats.
Is it what?
It was years later. We can't connect it.
100%. I'm gonna have to listen to all of the old shitty. You
Just
know
get
what?
Millsy or
They
Sienna.
won't even be on there. It'll be on the ones before you.
No. You. The ones that you're on are all up there.
Even in the old place. With
Yeah,
the
every single
ba-
one that
with
you're
the
at
bad
starts with you. You were the start of the podcast.
You hear that?
Look at his fucking face light up. So is
I
Millsy
don't
a competitor
care.
for biggest podcast fan 2021 all time?
Who? What?
Is Millsy?
Millsy's getting
Contender.
there. Millsy's listened to, I
Well,
think
well, well.
now every single episode in. Let me. I'll get an update.
A lot
That's
of people on
nothing,
their
though, 'cause Sienna's heard
Spotify
them
Wrapped.
all.
A lot of people that I know on their Spotify Wrapped said the GMat podcast #1, and that is
GMat podcast number one.
frightening.
It's-
I don't want to know our listeners. I
Um,
do, but like you know what I mean. Like I'm
You already
talking
know
about
most
some
of them, though, don't you?
fucking hell.
Yeah.
What happened?
Oh.
Who knows?
Did you pass out?
I don't fucking pass out. I just can't stand the sight of Ben.
You are lovelier today.
Yeah, you don't know how I was yesterday, mate.
I thought you meant the last time.
rabid.
Rapid.
I can't find it, but he listened to all the episodes.
I saw it.
In like a stupid amount of time.
Yeah, he said he'd listened to like 50 episodes in 4 days.
Cram
Yeah,
them. You can't pay attention to that.
I don't even know if
much
that's
stuff
mathematically
for that
possible, but
I don't know how he does it, but he knows a lot of stuff because he answered a question about the podcast the other day.
There you
It was
go.
really obscure, and I was like, oh, and he's like, yeah, it's episode blah 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 blah, and I was like, okay.
it's because they're listening to our lives, but recenter than I have. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, I'm with you.
Great.
Because you listen to your life much.
I live my
Longer
life
after
in
you
I
do
live
it,
my
but-
life in real time, so I don't know what's
IRT.
going on.
But how do we know that it's
we call it.
real? You know,
Well, that's why my favorite movie is The Matrix. Keep on fisting,
full
folks.
circle.
I thought that was private.
GMat. Yay.
Hello and welcome to episode 177 of the GMat podcast, starring Burnt Bacharach. I don't know where I'm going with this. Supermarket is voicing their thoughts as we go.
Stereo.
I like weed, motherfucker. My dick got a thing on it. I should go to the doctor. I kind of think about my sister sometimes. Y'all motherfuckers seen Chef? Today's episode of the GMat podcast is brought to you by our merch. Go get some stuff. Teespring.com/stores/the real GMat. Merch stuff been buying. Someone bought a local theatre shirt the other day, which I was excited about. Sorry,
the hat.
in my head I was like, it's a hat, but it's because there's a hat on the shirt. That intro was brought to you by Juice. Thank you, Juice. Now, is it brought to you by Juice if he just takes my... I know I've been having beef with Juice on the intros, but if he just takes audio from my stream, does nothing to it, and submits it back to me, is that his intro?
You can't complain
Yes.
if you're playing them.
Before
on the
you
podcast.
answer, can I just quickly say, cut the music, Ben?
I already said my thing.
Yeah, 100%. Yes, he can still claim it.
Damn it.
Well, of course. All the fucking intros are just someone taking what we've said on the podcast and then sending it back to
No,
us.
but they take it and they like edit it and do something interesting to
You
it.
have no idea.
They
if
cut the
that's
start
true.
and the end,
What?
or they cut the start and the end, like Juice. They cut
Yes.
the start and the end off, and then just send you.
Just
the
send me
middle
just that middle bit. All right, well, thank you, Juice, for submitting an intro. If you'd like to submit
bit.
an
To be
intro.
fair, you're the one who plays it on here and then say it's brought to you by Juice. So no one's.
Contact at therogermat.tv.
Do you
No one's
guys
got a gun to your head.
Do you guys think if you put a straw in an orange, you could get orange juice if you sucked hard enough?
I mean, you could get some things.
You get like a little bit of flesh.
Thing.
A little bit of something. Not flesh. I mean, like you might get a little bit of juice, but you won't be able to go like...
Do you think you could put a straw through the skin?
Easy.
Easy?
Easy.
Metal straw.
What type of... Yeah, metal straw. Might have to sharpen the edge. You don't even think you'd have to sharpen the
man.
edge?
Put the orange on the ground. Get the straw.
Mm-hmm.
Hammer.
A
Straight in there.
straw and hammer, a metal straw.
Yeah, like the.
We're not talking paper.
Like the communist flag thing. Straw
The
and hammer.
hammer and sickle?
No, straw and hammer.
That's not the...
You're thinking of the old one. Then
I
this is
think
the new one. They've
I
done a
think
new
Ben
one.
doesn't know what a straw is. I think that's the problem.
Oh, Ben, you think that a straw...
Straw's like
so
a
you're
hollow
confusing a
tube.
straw with a sickle,
Yeah.
which is
Hollow
an
tube.
implement
That's a
for
pool
cutting
cue.
tall grass and
No,
wheat.
no.
What?
It's like, have you ever gone to McDonald's?
Yeah,
Like with the
probably.
clown.
I'm sure I have.
The clown. It's like a fast food place. You get coffee from there sometimes.
That's
Oh,
right.
family restaurant.
Yeah, that one.
I've been there, I've been
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
And you get like a drink that isn't a coffee. It's just like a soft drink or
Slow
a,
down,
or an
slow
ice.
down.
Oh no, sorry, I don't want to talk too fast. And they give you like a thing that pops into the top of the beverage.
Chips. Yeah.
No. Oh, we're lost again. It's like you know when you go to drink the soft drink, where your mouth goes, that thing that your mouth's touching, that's
The edge.
sort of long.
The edge of the
Yeah.
cup.
But it's not the cup. That's what you're getting confused. The straw, the bit that comes out the top of the cup.
Tiny cup, skinny cup.
Well, that's
The tiny skinny cup you put into the bigger cup.
That's a
with
straw.
no bottom. The bottomless tiny skinny cup.
that's a straw.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Because you can actually pull that out.
I think we should probably not be calling it straw because that probably is like an Australian slang thing, and I don't know whether our international listeners are gonna. If we say, put something in the boot, they're gonna be like, they're putting something in their shoe.
I can
that doesn't
say
make sense.
I can say with certainty that it's a global thing. I'm a bit of a jet setter. I know this
listen
sort of
to you,
stuff,
listen
but
to you.
everybody in the UK, in the US, some small African countries as well, they do call it a straw.
But the large African companies, you're going to exclude
No,
those,
no,
are
no,
you?
no, no, no.
Okay,
They don't
that's
call it
fine.
a straw. They don't call it a straw.
Right.
Yeah. They call it a long little cup.
Well, that's what I'm trying to be
I
inclusive.
know. I understand that, but I don't think we have a lot of listeners in that area. I thought.
And we never will if you keep calling things stroms or whatever the fuck you were saying. Anyway.
So you don't think you could get juice from an orange?
No, I don't believe so.
100% I could. That was my point.
Okay.
Because he would get a hammer and he'd hit the straw and it would just go in. Because we live in this fantasy world where stroms just go into fucking oranges.
I'll tell you this much. I cried with laughter just now.
It's good times. Good times. Welcome everybody to the GMat podcast. Thank you for joining us. Aidan Jonathan, am I right?
Hi there.
Benjamin Jabus over there, producing the show. It's Becky.
How you doing?
My name's Matt. Welcome. Hi. How's everyone doing?
Really good.
Really good. I was
Really
looking forward to today a lot.
Same.
I don't know
Was?
I am. But I don't know if it was because last week was so shit or
Last week was bad.
it feels like there's been a lot of time between the podcasts, but I feel
there
like
was.
wasn't it?
Oh, no, we did it on Friday.
Yeah, so
No, it's because we intended on doing it on Wednesday and then we're doing it on Friday again today.
Okay. All
So
right.
there was more time. We got extra time.
All right. Yeah. I thought maybe it was like a shell shock thing where I just like wiped that podcast out of my brain.
Could have been. That podcast was abysmal.
Yeah.
It may have been the worst one we've ever done. But we say that every few weeks.
Not
now,
the
I think.
worst.
No,
we've
but that
ever
one was bad. Sometimes we say it's bad and Matt goes, oh, it'll edit together.
It did though. It did edit together. Okay.
There you go.
There was some good stuff in there. There was the it was all shit. But it did edit
No, wait,
together.
last week's podcast was the one that we were talking about.
The teachers and that was a pretty.
No, that was the one
funny bit.
before that.
Nah, it was
No.
shit, I think. It
Oh,
was
did
the
we do
teacher's
half
one.
of that and then half of the what Pearly Gates questions?
That was the one before. That one was good.
Yeah, Pearly Gates one
Oh,
come
that
up
was
all
one
right.
before.
Yeah. So
Teachers was last
exactly.
week.
You wiped it out of your brain.
I've wiped it.
So anyone who's listening now who listened last week, apologies from all of us.
Very
I
much
don't
so.
want to speak for everyone, but I think so.
It's not the worst we've ever done, but it's the worst video podcast we've done.
Yeah.
So I've been looking forward to this week. I've been
Unfortunately, my sponsor after last week's shitty podcast, Hyperwater Extreme,
Yeah.
they're
Sorry,
no
Ben.
longer with us.
Sorry,
but
That's fair.
That's on us. We
Yeah.
apologize. I know there was a
Yeah.
personal sponsor as well.
That was. So you guys technically owe me quite a lot of money now.
How much were they offering?
Oh, silly money.
Silly money.
Silly money.
Like on a scale of like, I don't know, you
1
can
to
get
10.
Uber Eats every night of the week and you own a yacht. Like, what are we talking?
I could get Uber Eats on my yacht.
Oh my
Fuck.
God.
That's big money.
Yeah.
That's big money.
As long as the yacht was free, then
And you had an Uber Eats voucher,
yeah,
and we're all set.
pizza incoming.
I've been able to do some performing this week, which is like the first time. I think it's the first time that I've performed since lockdown.
Yeah, if you,
It is,
If you
yeah,
don't
yeah.
count like the like rehearsals and that. video thing
Rehearsals
you
is
shot.
different because rehearsals is like you're rehearsing, obviously.
Also the 24-hour show.
No, because then we went into
like
lockdown
before that.
after
Oh, yeah.
that. So it's like after all of the lockdowns, you know, like before we were vaccinated. It's the first time I've been able to perform, and I performed in front of a crowd and like heard people enjoy theatre. It was really, really, really great. So I've just been in a good mood all week.
I'm looking forward to that.
It's crazy
Been
how
thinking about it a
much
lot.
Being in a
performing.
good mood.
No, like performing, but getting on to do these shows that we've been doing
There's
for
a-
2 or 3 years.
There's
now.
a difference, I feel, from doing it with like a company like we have done in the past, and doing something that you put on. So like the guys, two comedian friends of mine, Blake Everett and Oliver Coleman, doing a show. We did the show at the Comedy Festival, and then we did it now at technically it's the Melbourne Fringe Festival, but because that was cancelled, they held it in Geelong. They took some of the better acts that they were excited about and took it to Geelong. So we went and did it in Geelong, and because it was kind of like, there's no stress, we'd already done it before, it was really easy, fun, and people really enjoyed it, and I'm just very happy. So that's all.
I'm going to see it on the 9th or the 10th.
Yeah, I've got to get you tickets.
Yeah, I don't have to pay for them. I love not paying for shit.
Yeah.
I love not paying. Oh my God, I love free stuff so fucking much. If there's like samples or anything, I'm like,
Are you rubbing in that you tanked my sponsor? Is
Yeah,
that what this is?
you might have to pay for them. I don't know.
fuck yeah. This hurts. I've gone from agony to ecstasy to, I've been going up and down.
Yeah, sorry.
What a roller coaster.
Something, isn't it?
How'd you guys bear the storms? How'd you feel?
I missed them all.
We were playing Battlefield.
Wow.
Yeah, well, we
Yeah,
tried to play
that's right.
Battlefield, but I had to.
I had to come in and be like, there's a slight emergency going on next door.
I don't know if you saw the picture. Did I send you the picture of Jason's yard?
Yep.
Yeah, so
It's crazy.
giant tree at the front of Jason's house fell.
A branch of the tree. The whole tree would have crushed the house.
True, but it's like
It was a fucking trunk.
Don't picture like a stick, everybody. Picture like a trunk.
A trunk.
It was like a tree growing out of a tree. And it took his whole front yard, but didn't hit the house, didn't do anything. Landed on the fence, and the fence is just holding this massive thing. And he's like, I was sending photos of the fence to the guy who built it, like, great work. Because the fence is like just standing there. But it fell down and was leaning on the power line that goes from the main bit on the road to the house.
Yeah.
Was leaning on that. And I realized over the 40 minutes or like the half an hour that I was out there with him that I may not be the stupid one.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, we saw some interesting things yesterday.
I may not be the problem in our interactions. And I don't want to speak ill of Jason because he's a real human being in the world and our neighbor. But when I went out there and I saw it and he was like, yeah, bloody crazy. And he's in a great mood even though a thing has just fallen in his yard.
He always is.
Yeah,
That's why he's a mythical being.
He's always positive. And I was like, what do you need a hand? Like, if you called SES, do you want me to call anybody? Like, and he's like, no. I'm like, I've called my buddy. He's got a chainsaw. He's going to come around. And I was like, oh, and I didn't, because he's an adult man with a family and children. I didn't want to question him, but I was like, it's leaning on that power line. I'm like, I feel like you shouldn't. And another one had already snapped. His internet one had snapped. And he's just grabbing it and he's rolling it up. And I'm like, I don't know if, like, I'm sure it's not electrical.
Jason, electric and people, is that a bad one?
But if I saw that wire, even though it's internet, I just wouldn't touch it. But he's wrapping it and it's going up to his house and he's pulling it off the house like that, which was the craziest thing I've ever seen. Anyways, I was like, all right, I'm gonna go in, shout out if you need anything. And I'm just watching him out this little gap behind Aidan's head. There's a tiny little
He's the
gap.
weird one.
Yeah, well, no, I was just to see what was going
All
on.
right, see you later. Do you need anything from downstairs? And you walk down behind your little fence.
Because I was wondering what was going on, like what they were doing. And he's chainsawing it. And then the second they chainsaw the middle, like a bit is leaning on the wire, is hanging on the wire, and then it goes down to the ground. And so they're chopping it here. And so then all the weight goes onto the wire and the wire goes twing and snaps. And that's the electrical power one. He's like, bloody hell. Starts wrapping that one up. And I was like, you don't even know what that is. And you're just touching it.
Yeah. Very close to Frank Grimesing himself. I
Yeah. And then his wife gets home and within an hour SES is there.
Jason, put those cables down. I told you not to touch the shit out the front. You nearly had a live leak.
Yeah, I would have seen it for real. I've been like,
You would have heard it.
yeah.
That would have been very...
I would
Heard
have
it?
I would have smelt it.
Our power probably would have gone out.
Somebody touches a power cable, don't you reckon they'll just fucking pop? Or it's ziz or something?
Something like that.
From the things I've seen online, that's not so inaccurate. It's like, oh, bang! Yeah,
Really?
yeah. People will just become like
Lightning and
it
fire.
depends what the like. I don't want to talk.
No, we're not talking about
We've talked
lightning.
enough about it on
That's
this
enough.
podcast.
That's enough.
I don't need to describe any more deaths to people on this podcast.
Anytime I see anything spinning, all I think about,
Anything spinning out.
fucking lively.
his mum came home the other day and she'd gone out with some friends and had a few drinks. She's like, "Oh, my head's spinning," and he started crying and I didn't know what was going on.
Sat down and started crying. Oh my god!
Don't say the S word.
Oh my god!
I didn't mean to bring your mum into it. I just panicked and couldn't think of spinning and went for a scenario.
Improv.
Boom.
Fucking hell.
But I did it. Don't say improv. Freaks me out.
You did an improv bit at the top of the show.
It's true.
That's true.
It was a whole bit. I corpsed straight away.
It wasn't an improv bit. He was really having trouble with Stroms.
I didn't listen. I was laughing so hard I couldn't even hear you.
There's blood in your ears.
I was laughing so hard at your jokes that I couldn't hear. That's what type of friend I am.
That's comedy.
No, it's not comedy. It's just my support.
How did you? So you didn't hear the storms at all?
Well, here's the thing with me and those storms. Everybody said there were storms. We were playing Battlefield yesterday, and there was a massive crack of thunder, and it was like above my house. And I always think that thunder is somewhere else. You know what I mean? You're like, ooh, that was loud, and it was kind of like around the corner. But this one was like someone smacked me in the ear or something. It was so fucking loud. It felt like it was right above my house. And it didn't start to rain, and then I drove to Geelong and missed all of it. And the night before, they were saying on Wednesday, people were saying, oh my God, be careful. We didn't get... I saw lightning strike when we were leaving Geelong, and then I guess we were just traveling the same, like the different way to the storm or something. I never saw it. And everyone was like, it was fucking crazy and the winds were insane. I never saw any of it.
Yeah.
And I was kind of mad because I really love a good storm.
I missed a good chunk of it because I have headphones. I'm playing with you. And then suddenly Beck comes in and goes, tree fell down. I'm like, how? Did someone drive into it?
What's going on?
What's happened?
Beck, can you just confirm that we're recording down the bottom right?
Confirmed.
So we're great. Ben,
Recording
did you
confirmed.
have any experiences with the storm?
Yep.
Yep.
I was in the garage.
Yeah.
Oh, the
at home.
garage.
Ooh la la.
And Steve came in. He's like, it just went dark outside. It's like nighttime.
That's what I said.
And then we went outside and I was like,
That's
hey, you're
true,
right,
so-
Steve. That is quite dark, isn't it? He's like, yeah. This is weird. I was sitting at the computer and it just went dark. I was like, yep. Weird. He's like, yeah, weird, isn't it? Yeah. Fucking A. And then it was a bit windy.
That is a spot on Steve impression.
Thanks.
It was
I've
very
done it for a
windy.
while.
I
That's
did
a
see
spot
the
on.
wind.
That's a spot on Steve's story. I was like, yeah. Anyways.
Yeah.
So I went to the gym the other day.
I did. Yeah, it was quite dark and very windy.
Yep.
But
I think
there was no
his
rain.
appraisal of the situation was quite accurate.
Do you think do storms need to rain?
No.
Depends what you're defining as a storm.
Well, that's what I'm asking, isn't it?
Well, I guess you can have like a sandstorm.
Is that the South Park show?
Yeah, I've never seen South Park. I don't
Come on
know.
down to Sandstorm and meet some friends of mine.
No, I'm telling you this. No, I'm not telling you. I'm asking you. I guess. Is it a storm if it doesn't rain?
Would you count a storm if there was thunder and stuff? 'Cause
Well, I feel
sometimes
like
there could be
it's
thunder and no rain.
For some reason, I feel like a storm has to be like.
I guess so. I mean,
You're like, holy fuck! Look how storm it is. I wouldn't like to go out there, but if it's thundering and lightninging, I would go outside.
yeah, but I would go outside and I go, I wouldn't. Yeah, no, you're right. I think it needs to be rain. Has to
I
be
would
rain.
stand in the middle of the street if it was just. But if it was like also raining, I'm like, now this is a storm. I best go inside.
It's the rain, the water, not the thunder.
But I'm not worried about getting wet. I just all of a sudden think it's more dangerous.
I've lost the entire point of the topic, and now I'm just like, why are you outside? Get inside. There's thunder.
Thunder's
You're just out
awesome.
there
I
like
love it.
Thor.
First, as soon as I see a storm, I go outside.
I've looked it up. I'm a lady and I've looked it up.
Thank God.
Look up, lady.
Can there be a storm without rain? Well, let me tell you. Thunderstorms are usually accompanied by rain. However, not all thunderstorms are wet, and this seemingly weird weather phenomenon is called a dry thunderstorm.
I think I got that last week. I had to put cream on.
Beck, can you look up if tree falls in the woods and no one hears it?
Yep.
Does it
That's a
actually-
good question, though.
Right,
What do
yeah.
you reckon? Obviously, it makes sound.
Yeah.
What does that mean? What is this?
Sound of one hand clapping.
I don't get it.
Simpsons. I am bursting at the seams because I want to tell a story.
Well, go on then.
I wanted to, and I haven't told Beck this because I wanted to save it.
Oh.
I wanted to save it
okay.
for the podcast. It's an exclusive.
It's been built up now.
Yeah, it's a big one. And now we were talking about it before. Salt and pepper. You know, every now and again you give a story a little bit of pizzazz. I
Right.
need you guys to know, with all honesty and seriousness, what I saw. I'm giving you the most accurate recounting. This is a real story. Is what I'm
Happened
saying.
to a friend of mine.
So I went for a swim yesterday.
Where?
Fake news.
So is this a call and response kind of thing?
If you want one,
Okay.
I can answer.
Oh, where was it?
It was at is that
Yeah,
a
don't
chain?
like
I
dox
wouldn't.
yourselves.
I went to a pool.
It was an indoor pool.
Yeah,
is
it's
what
indoor
you're
pool
saying.
and gym
Right,
sort
I-
of thing.
I understand.
But I just go there for the swim.
I understand.
And I finished my swim,
Mm-hmm.
and I was like, I don't want to go home and have a shower. And I was like, I'm just gonna go in and well, sometimes I did that.
No,
with the 24-hour
yeah,
show.
but I'm just like worried about where the story's going.
Yeah,
If
'cause
it's
they have, like-
taking place in a public pool shower.
They have like soap and stuff like that. So I was like, I'm just going to go in and curl myself, dry myself, and come home and start working without having to come home in my wet clothes and sit and thing. Anyways. And I went in, and this is in the middle of the day, and I went in, and everywhere, just everywhere, was naked old men.
Of course.
But like usually you see like people like some like getting dressed and like there's a younger man over there or something, but it was every single old man in the bathroom was naked and just like drying or in whatever process. It was like a phenomenon where I'd just come in right at the point where all these people had lined up, and I just sort of like panicked and just powered to the toilets. Like I was going to walk in and go into the shower, and I would have kept my bathers on and just like rinsed down and washed my hair with some soap and then left. But I walked right past the showers and went in, just locked myself in the toilet cubicle and just sat there just to like process what was going on. Also, yeah, it was like that. When I walked past, and this is the weirdest fucking thing, there was a lot of men in the showers because there's only certain nozzles, but there were two old men sharing one.
Love lift us up where we belong.
Sharing a nozzle. And I saw that and I just went in, I sat in the toilet, and I sat there for like 10 or 15 minutes. Like, and I also had to go to the bathroom, so I had to poo, which was a coincidence. So I did a
You
poo.
just did a wet poo.
Yeah, and I sat there for a bit cold, and I was like, just waiting for it to calm down because I was like, I just want to walk
Calm
out
down. It
here.
was fucking chaos.
I was waiting for people to sort of leave.
It's like D-Day out there.
You would
G-Man, get your ass in that shower now.
Is there like a door to the shower?
No, it's like an open, like there's a change room, and then it's just sort of an open,
just open cubicles.
shower. Yeah.
Right.
It's just it's like another room that's all tile floored
Right.
and just a bunch of nozzles going around the room. And I was like, all right, it's quieted down a little bit. I'm gonna leave, and I'm not gonna shower. I'm just gonna go home. And as I walked past the two men who were sharing the nozzle, one of them was washing the other one's hair. Like he was like this, and the other guy was just scrubbing his head for him.
Sure.
My arms
And
don't
then I
go
was
So
that
they were
high.
just a couple.
You know what?
You didn't even think of it?
Didn't even occur to me.
Oh,
that-
really? That was
course
my
they were a
thought.
couple.
It's
That-
still weird, though, because A, you're in a public place, and
Yeah,
B,
go home and shower together, but like maybe they're like, closeted old gay people that don't want anyone to know they're gay.
But then why go into a public shower?
because nobody knows you.
I mean, that's true, but that's all those
It's
elements
like, I
together.
just don't want my wife to see us together.
All those elements together made me go, God, those brothers are weird.
What is wrong with you?
Well, I don't think these two closeted older gay men are going into a public.
They may not be closeted. They could just be two gay men.
But even if they are two gay men, you don't. You're both
never washed
naked in a
anyone's hair
public
before.
It's if they were two older gay men, it's still very weird.
100%.
Yeah, it's a weird. It just didn't occur to me that they might just be gay. I just thought, geez, those guys are a bit
Their
close.
hair washing isn't the bit that weirds me out.
And it wasn't.
It's the get your own nozzle, I think.
it's get your own nozzle and the hair washing is the fact.
Yeah, the hair. But if I had seen them hair washing, that's not the bit that I go, what the fuck? I'd be like, why are they both using this?
It would be weirder if they were hair washing and had their own nozzle. Like,
That's true. Like I put my shampoo on, and then you have to come and like wash it out.
hello, suds me up.
It wasn't like a sensual or anything like that. I think it didn't seem like a couple washing each other's hair. It was like he was washing a bar glass. He was just like getting his mate's head.
If you,
That's what made me think that.
how
Hey,
old do you
boys
reckon-
support boys.
How old
Boys
do you
support boys.
think these people were?
I mean, I didn't really get a look at their faces. I could only see their bodies.
And how old were their bodies?
A million. Like,
Okay.
if you're
So-
over 60 and you're naked, you might as well be over 90. and
Okay,
naked.
so
I
you
can't-
can't- scalpel from a
these,
couple of 30-year-olds.
These 2 million.
I would say less than 70, somewhere between 60 and 70. It wasn't like
okay, so 60
decrepit.
and 70 you could still be sensual. But I feel like if you've been with the same person for now 40 or so years, if they ask you to wash your hair, you might just be like, fucking fine.
It's a weird medium to be in, though. It's not. You're not saying no,
Yeah, I'm
wash your
saying
own
yes,
fucking
but like
hair.
fucking fine.
and you're not doing like, oh, come here, darling, and washing
Yeah,
the hair like
no.
that. It's like, I'll do it. I will do it. But
I'm
you're not gonna enjoy it.
I'm going to fucking kill some of these hairs.
Yeah.
But when we get home, you have to shave my shoulders. all right, fine, yeah, that's worth not having to put my arms up like this.
I love washing my own hair.
Okay. More than the Matrix.
Have you ever had someone wash your hair?
Yes.
Yeah.
I've had somebody suds me up entirely.
Yeah, I mean that's
Head to toe.
I've
Like a
had
little bubble monster.
I've done that one, but washing the hair is
I've done that one.
Yeah,
like you just sort of suds it, not like they're down like on my calves like this, just getting everything.
Because that's when he said suds me up entirely. I was imagining him standing there like a fucking Da Vinci man.
like a snowman.
Getting
Vitruvian man. Yeah,
like
I
a
was
team
Vitruvian
of
man.
3 like working a left arm, right arm. We got this guy sudsed up.
No.
Robo suds. That wasn't it, was it? Okay.
There's no time for you today.
Well, I'm just being bullied from my right-hand side.
You said you've been sudsed up entirely. I gave the mental image that those words gave me, and that's me bullying you?
Yeah.
You're too
So-
sensitive about your showering experience.
Listen to me.
So when they wash your hair,
Go on.
Yo.
shampoo,
Yeah.
and then did they rinse it out, or did you do it?
No, rinse it out.
Were you in the bath?
Nope.
In the shower?
Yeah.
And then they conditioned?
I don't really use conditioner.
Really? Oh fuck! Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
At all?
Very rarely.
Don't you feel like your hair gets sticky?
No.
Oh. I'm a conditioner.
I work my hair.
Wait,
and
was this when
I-
you broke your arm, shoulder, or whatever it was, or was this
my
purely
elbow?
romantic? That's right.
But it was no. I hadn't.
Purely
I had all my
romance-based?
bones were intact.
so it was purely romantic.
Yeah, I guess it was romantic. We were just having a shower, and they were like, "All right, come here." I was like, "What?" I didn't ask.
I always pictured.
Even if it's not done like, oh, my.
Well, there was no
it's still
candles.
like, there's still some sort
It
of
was
like,
lovely.
affection.
It was very affectionate.
There you go.
I feel like I'd get shampoo in my eyes and I'd be like, just let me do it. Just let me do it.
Nah, it's
you got
kind
the,
of good. It was kind of like a process in just like giving in. You know what I mean?
And he said it wasn't romantic.
Yeah. I just bend over.
Oh, for God's sake!
Where are you getting shampooed?
I'm a butthole.
Oh, yeah. Well,
Pointed
that
at
makes
Bex,
sense.
everyone knows that Bex should do my
Now,
butthole.
is she your butthole? Or are you saying that she's
It's our pet
shampooing
names
your-
for each other. I call her butthole. She calls me shit lips.
It's
you
my
know.
butt zoner.
No, I think washing the hairs. It's just such a task for me. I don't think I'd like someone.
You
doing
don't
it.
even have that much of it.
I know, but it's like I just want to do it. I have my
Have
eyes
you?
shut
Has
as well.
Beck done it before?
I'm sure I have.
Have you?
I'm
Did
sure.
you do it with the little bucket, like head back?
Oh,
Is that-
that's
I can
that would be
taste it.
lovely.
It's getting in my eyes.
That's what I think.
To be fair, when you do wash your hair by yourself, it gets in your eyes every time.
How does it
I
get
don't
in
know
your
why.
eyes?
It's crazy
I
'cause they're
should
always
do
so
it for you.
closed.
I don't
How
know.
do you get soap in your eyes?
Because
Because you wash your hair with your head forward.
and I do shut my
Why?
eyes, but then Beck says like, "Hey, do you know what time?" And I like open my eyes, and I'm
Why?
like,
Because you can't listen
Can
with
I
your eyes
ask you
closed.
why you would ever wash your hair with your head forward?
I don't
That's a
know, 'cause
good
I'm
question.
just going like this, and my
That
eyes are
makes
closed. Do it quick.
No sense.
But because when I'm back like here, it still feels like it could dribble down. Like
It
when,
doesn't.
like when you're the hairdresser and you put your thing in that and they're doing it, I'm like, I know it's
because that's
But it
dribbling
doesn't.
forward. Because sometimes they change. They've got their hair and they've got the fucking nozzle, and it's going. They're going like
and they mix.
this way, like and then they sometimes flip it to get a little bit of here, and then the water comes down. They have to move it back. But if you're in the shower, it's coming down this way, and you're just going la da da.
They're professionals and they fuck it up. How can I be expected
Because
to keep
that
water out of
your
my eyes?
Because
water's
the nozzle
not
is
moving.
stationary.
The nozzle is only ever
Look.
going to hit you on the forehead and go backwards.
It's just how I do it. And then when someone else is in the bathroom with me and talks to me, I
Whoever.
want to give them eye
Whoever
contact
that might be at the time, yeah.
because that's kind. Well, it could be you, or it could be Bruce. I have a weird life, okay?
Yeah, that checks out.
So I
Those two aren't too
always get
close.
it in my eyes. I always get it in my eyes.
I
What'd
don't
you
know
say?
how you
Nothing.
live as
You
an
could, if
adult.
I was showering, you're very welcome to come to the
I just
bathroom and
don't
talk
want
to me.
to. That's the difference between me and Bruce.
I
I
don't
don't,
think
want
Bruce-
to try the bidet. I don't want you to watch me try the bidet. I don't want to see you shower.
I don't want to
have
be
to
held
see me
responsible
shower.
for you.
But
putting
if you
shampoo in your
broke
eyes.
all of your arms and legs and Beck wasn't around, I would happily organise someone to come and help you shower. No, I could help you shower.
Thank you, thank
But
you.
if you all of a sudden can't like wipe your butt, I'd draw the line.
You wouldn't like get like a thing and do it from a distance?
Well, that's why he's got shit seat 3000. Or whatever
Well,
the
that's it.
thing's
You got a
called.
bidet, so it wouldn't even matter.
Yeah. But
You
I
have
need
to
someone
just
to
go
press
in
the
and
buttons.
out.
I can press the button. I can press the button for you.
Aidan oscillating and put the pressure down a little bit.
And I
Down,
imagine-
down, down.
Yeah, I imagine it'd be very cranky. It's like, oh, well, great. Now someone else has to wipe my ass. I said cold. So, oh, for God's sake.
It's like,
I'm
I don't know
so
how
sorry.
to use this.
I've never used a bidet
Has
before.
it got Bluetooth? What's going on?
I imagine if it had Bluetooth. Here we go again. All right. So, guys, I have a question.
Yes.
I was driving the other day. And
Whoa.
It's a statement. But continue.
Damn it,
Bathurst
Beck.
over here.
Good Bathurst reference.
Saying the word.
So I was driving. Here's what I've got written down.
What have you got written down?
Do you slow down for an L-plater? Is that helpful, or should they learn the ways of the road? People aren't nice. Is this creating a false sense of the road?
People. Abstract. Removing himself from the equation.
There's so much going through my head right now just from that sentence. Because you
People
have
aren't
to,
nice.
you have to, you have to, in that circumstance, assume that the person you're asking this question of is an asshole on the road. Because I don't need to slow down because I'm not up the L-plater's ass.
No. It's not about getting up the L. Well, it could be.
Are you saying I should
I was
try
driving
and be
down,
mean to them?
No.
To give them a warning?
I was driving. Where was I driving? On some highway.
Oi.
And- thank you. Life is a highway. I'm going to ride it all night long. I was driving on a highway.
Was that Mark Twain?
No. It
You
was
had your
Aidan.
sushi. You're driving up the escalator.
Yes.
Some fucking
Right.
L-plater just
No, so
parked
the
in the middle.
L-plater pulled into the lane from the left lane to the middle lane where I was, and it was 80, and they were very clearly not going 80. Right. So my decision process in that moment was: do I slow right down?
Smash right into the back of him.
No. Do I slow right down and just like, yeah, I get it. You're an L-plater. You're not entirely sure what's going on. No big deal. Or do I very quickly merge and zoom past at 80 where I was going? So if you're going 80 kilometers an hour and someone comes in front of you at 60 or even 50, and they're far enough in front that you could brake and go 50 behind them, or will you merge and just keep going? So in their mind, they've gone like, oh my God, I'm on a big road, and they indicate, no, and then you just hear a car go, boom.
I don't think they would consider that rude. I think they'd probably
No.
be relieved that you were out of the way.
guess
I
So-
would do that. I would merge.
So that was my thought process. Do you merge, or do you give the L-plater a false sense of security on the road, or do you say, welcome to the fucking big leagues, bitch?
That there's circumstances. That one, get out of the way. But
Yeah,
when
yeah.
I'm out on the road, just in the residentials, I'll give them a little bit of breathing room.
Yeah.
If they take a second to go in the green light, or if they're driving a
if
manual.
there's a car that doesn't have a P plate or an L plate, and they're going like 20 kilometers an
Oh,
hour
no
on the
mercy.
fucking side roads or anywhere, I'm like red-faced. What the fuck are you doing? Get out of the way, you dumb cunt! Indicate and fucking like meh.
Well,
on
I
the way
wouldn't
past.
toot them.
I would.
I would just
100%.
I would just do what I do without.
You remember when we were in that car park?
just minus a toot from every.
You remember
experience.
they were in that car? You were in that car park with me, and there was a car pulling out, and I was in the passenger seat, and we were just quietly chatting. And there's a car taking its time to fucking forever, and then Matt just went, "Get out of the fucking way!" and then just
Yeah.
sat there. Imagine if that was an L-plater. You don't scream because the road is a lovely, happy place, but you're giving them the wrong sense of the road.
Yeah, Matt, you can't talk. You've got awful road rage.
Yeah, but I wouldn't do it to an L-plater.
Well, this is the point. That's
Also,
exactly
maybe
my point.
I would like. I would do the things that keep me safe. Like in that instance,
yeah,
merging,
obviously, yes.
you're putting yourself in danger by staying behind them at slow. But like, yeah,
The question is then, is it not nice to treat them like an L-plater?
I think you should treat them
Treat
like,
them
an
an
L-plater.
L-plater.
Yeah.
No, that's where
They've
I
got it on
landed.
their car for a reason.
That's where I landed.
and you got to be
Just curious.
careful around them because they're new. You want to also just be like, are they going to make a mistake?
I like the
that
L-platers
could
that are like right up on their hours. They're done. They're almost getting the thing. They're fucking
They
whizzing
sit
down
like
the
this with their
road.
mum in the second seat and she's on her phone. I'm like, these guys get it. They know what's up.
Finally. Yeah. Wow, you're up to 140 hours. Let's go, baby.
Yep. And then you see the ones that are like 140 hours but are still shit. I'm like, you forged those hours. didn't
Yeah, 100%. You drove twice to
You little
Coles.
shit.
You fucking liar.
You little lying cunt.
I drove every morning and every afternoon to work. No, to school.
Yeah, same.
It was a 15-minute trip. So half an hour a day. Not bad.
Don't want to brag, but I did it. 15
I've
minutes,
driven-
15
I've
minutes. You know what
driven-
that has
I've
been?
driven,
Maths, do you know? 30 minutes.
That's 30 minutes. Because the driveway's so long, it is manor.
Ah, yes.
You're all the way to the edge of the property line, get in the chopper, off we go.
And if you clip a servant, it's 10 points.
You can add those, you know?
We had a different Vic Roads book.
What?
Oh, yeah. Minutes driven, servants hit.
And it was like leather printed. Leather bound.
Monogram.
Yeah.
Leather
good
bound.
times. Yeah, take that fucking L-platers.
No. We're respectful.
Aiden hates you, get off the road.
No,
That's
I
the
don't.
messaging.
That's the point I was trying to make.
That you hate them,
The
they should get off
question
the
that I
road.
was asking is it fair that I treat them like an L-plater?
Yeah.
But it depends how you treat other people. How is the difference?
Well, that's what I'm saying. If you're driving like a moron on the road, I'm not going to be like, oh, that's so lovely. And I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you, you stupid fucking idiot? What are you doing? What the fuck? But if you're an L plate, I'd be like, oh, I understand.
I like to sort of cauterize it all for them. So if there's an L plater driving slowly, I'll overtake.
Yeah.
It's fine because it doesn't make a difference to them. Whether it's probably better when there's not someone behind them.
Sure.
Drive past, I'll throw my beer bottle at their wing mirror. And I'll just yell, nothing specific because you don't want to give them some, I just, as I go past. And then everything else after that is nice because it's never going to be that bad again.
Yeah.
I know I've said this on the podcast
I like
before,
that.
but there's that story of the time me and Ben were moving and we were in the van together and someone was in the way and he leant over to me who's driving and used my horn to toot them.
I don't like that.
Which is a no-no move. And then it was an L plater and he wound down his window. I was like, sorry! A whole
All is right in the universe.
So you were right. You weren't even lying. That's exactly what you do to L platers. Jesus.
a whole experience I did not enjoy. How people lean over
Yeah.
to touch my,
Recently, I've been doing what I'm now calling the coward's toot. Because I don't love a toot.
So when you get scared and fart.
No, I'm calling it
Thank
coward's
you.
toot because I like to toot just as if the person's being like an idiot and they're turning.
You don't want to get
I'll
stuck with
toot,
it.
I'll toot
yeah.
as I'm passing, like fucking idiot, and keep going. Or like today, to get here, I have to go through a school zone, which is 40 kilometers an hour. And this guy went past me at easily 60, maybe even more. And I'm at 40, and he was behind me, and then I could see him, and I was like, oh, this guy's a fucking idiot. And he overtakes me. And as he overtakes me, I just held my horn.
Yeah.
Like, you fucking moron, because because it was 3:30, so kids were leaving the school, and it's just like, why are you driving so quickly? So that was good, because there's no chance he'll ever stop or really even hear it, but for my own sake, I tooted.
Yeah.
So that's what I call the coward's toot.
I like the coward's toot.
It's better. It's
I've used
cathartic.
it. I've used it.
It's cathartic. It's cathartic, isn't it?
Nah, well, I don't know. I like the toot as a conversation starter. So if I do a coward's toot, there's no way to have a
It really
a
checks
talk.
out with your personality.
Does it?
Yeah.
Because my toot is like we're going to have a conversation right now.
Oh, you like a long toot? My dad does that as well.
It depends what it is. Like if it's just they've merged and not seen me, to be like a boop.
Yeah.
Be like, oh, sorry. And like, we'll do things like that.
Yeah.
But if it's like they're clearly being a dick,
Yep.
like if they're driving just blasting past everyone who's in traffic in the emergency lane or something like that,
What the fuck is wrong with you?
it'll be a slow pull out and cover 2 lanes.
Yeah.
So they can't get past. And then they'll be like, and then I'll just sit on the horn for a minute. And then I'll wind down my window slowly. I'll merge across so they can get past. And then as they go past, I'll be like, fucking it's not your special lane cut.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that.
They need to make cars with 2 different horns, the polite one and the fuck you.
I
Great
was
idea.
at a T intersection with my dad, and there was a lot of traffic at this road, and there's a keep clear, and a car blocked the keep clear, so we couldn't get through. And for the entire traffic sequence, my dad held his horn.
So unnecessary.
And I was
Because
just
a
sitting
lot
there
of
like,
times you
I
get
was
caught
just
in a keep clear. You're like, oh, fuck, I thought they were going to keep moving.
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm a pretty good judge of that. I would rather hold up traffic behind me just a second to figure out if they keep clear. It's not worth of a horn going off for 45 seconds.
I guess the end is going, horns sort of run out of
They run out of gas. It was so loud and so long. And the woman was just sitting there going, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. I'm not sure.
It's the holding, and then they probably couldn't
My
do
dad,
anything.
sunglasses on, no expression.
Were you like, you want to stop everything?
I was like, Dad, you've got to stop. And he's like, fuck her. And I was like, oh, fuck. And I just sat there. It was very awkward.
There's like an American thing that you see more than over here, where for town council and local election stuff, people will drive around in a vehicle that's got a siren on top, and they're like, "Vote Ben J for town council." I want to get one of those for my car. I think that'd be so handy to be like,
go with be like, yes.
exactly.
Well, it's actually my right of way. Oh, whatever.
Sometimes you feel like you want to explain stuff. White car, stay in your lane. White car, YJZ 645, stay in your lane.
You haven't
not
seen,
merge.
there is a parked car up ahead. You have not seen it. White car.
I'd be doing it anyway. I'd be doing it to pedestrians. Be like, honey, those shorts don't work on you.
Don't you dare press that traffic button. Don't you dare look at the traffic behind me.
Wait for some like old lady to walk past me, and she's going, boo! God is watching.
God is watching? That's horrendous.
Old people are scared of God.
Did you know?
Lots.
Great.
But you don't anymore?
No, I got too many concussions at your house.
That's true. You did get a lot.
When?
Oh, back in the day when we used to go to Ben's place for
remember,
drinks.
remember.
The orange juice
Smash
incident.
my head into the bench.
Oh, that's right. Sitting on
Remember,
that
I
chair.
had the concussion
Yes,
at work,
yes.
and then that night,
And then you were
I
just
had
at your letterbox. for
smashed
some
my
reason.
head a bunch more.
Yep,
Yeah.
These are the ones you remember.
Yeah.
I have another driving related question.
Please.
Well, it's not really a question, but I was driving on the freeway and I saw a guy driving next to me and he was like full on going for, he was rapping something and he was doing like just fucking going for it and he was like, whatever. And he was rap.
No,
right?
I don't know what you mean.
Right, see, just
You're gonna have to do.
No, I don't know. I don't know any
bars for
raps.
us. Come on.
No, I don't.
You just have to make it up then.
I won't be doing it.
Cruising down the street in my Holden Astra.
Yeah, he doesn't drive over 30. So, yeah, he was there, and I was just so happy. Do you get that?
Yeah.
Do you ever feel that when you're like,
See people
fucking
vibing.
go for it? And I was trying to get up next to him so I could be like, go, yes, you go. But then I would have to toot because we were 2 lanes apart, and I didn't want to toot, and then he would be vibed and then like uncomfortable. So I didn't do it in the end. But I was so thrilled that guy was having the time of his life.
We saw an older lady vibing out to like Stevie Nicks or something in the car next to us
Really?
the other day when we pulled up. So I remember she was really like tapping. Do you remember that? And
Nah.
we both.
I'm
pointed out.
usually the one doing that, so I
Yeah,
don't pay attention.
that's what I thought as well. How
You
many
followed
times does
me.
someone see me?
You followed me in traffic once, and I didn't know you were next to me, and I was like,
And I was just
going
sitting there
for it.
watching her
my
like this,
face was all red,
waiting for her to see me.
melting, and I never did.
No, because you're too busy. You're in the song.
Yeah, and I'm purposely not looking around me either, because I'm like, I know what I'm doing. I don't need anybody to.
But like, if anyone was in the car, they'd be like, "Wow, that's very impressive." My God.
I'd like to think so. Yeah.
Every time I see a jogger, I always want to pump Eye of the Tiger and wind down my windows and run next and be like, "You can do it!"
Really?
I've always wanted to do that.
You should do that.
If we wanted to just go for a drive and find someone,
We should do that.
Just as a day,
That
go
would
and
be
find
very fun.
joggers and play music and give them
That
inspiration.
would be really fun.
Yeah, I'm keen to do that.
Yeah, let's do that.
I could go for a jog if you guys need someone to.
It doesn't work though, does
Okay.
it?
I could use motivation. I hate jogging.
Yeah.
That'd be really nice. If
Would you
guys-
prefer to run or to jog?
Oh, whatever. People
What's the
call
difference?
jogging running these days.
Yeah,
If
what's
I'm
the
going for a run.
difference?
They're only jogging.
I think
Right.
running and jogging, like if you're sprinting, it's like, stop it, we get it.
Who's sprinting? And I've never seen anyone just sprint.
But like that's
Robbers.
what I count as a run. Oh, you doing jogs like just a little? Yeah. I'm blending running and jogging too much in my brain.
Which one is a jog? Is the size of the stride the difference between a run and a jog? Because I've seen people do those weird, like small. I'm running and I'm running long distance.
I think if your arms are here, it's a jog. If your arms are here, it's a run. If your arms are here, it's a sprint.
I think sprint, jog, embarrassing.
Yeah, I agree. This is odd.
It's all odd. Stop running, everybody.
True.
I hate running. I hate it.
It's the
What's
worst.
this runner's high that people say that happens?
I think
It's
after the run.
horrendous. Is it true?
Yeah, but I think it's after.
we always
Unless,
start it
I don't
and
know,
then
if
go,
you're
fuck
doing like
this.
long distances, marathons or something, maybe you could get endorphins while you're running, but
So, but like, don't you get the endorphins after any workout anyway?
I think it's the same thing. We just can't call it anything because runners have claimed it. The bastards.
Classic.
Running fucks.
Fucking idiots.
Stop
The
running.
ones that get up and run before work, that's absurd.
Ugh.
Who are you?
Fuck
Who
you.
are these people?
I did
What
that for
time
a
are you
while.
going to bed?
I couldn't. It was always not good
What do you mean?
doing it.
Running? Oh, you did that. Is that what you
before
said?
work, yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
And I didn't last long.
No.
Like, this blows. Every day it blows, and I didn't start to enjoy it anymore.
And were you losing a bunch of weight or staying very, very fit? More than usual?
I don't know. It's not like I wasn't.
Was it so
I mean, I would
brief that
get
you
better.
couldn't-
My times would get quicker because I
Yeah.
would just do I would just blast out for 6 minutes and then try and get back
So how long was the
before
run?
so it was 12 minutes and you do 6 as far as you can and then try and get back before 12.
Oh, that's
So you
clever.
got to keep your pace up, and
Oh,
it's
that's
only 12
cool.
minutes in the morning. It was still shit.
Yeah, that is still shit.
Fucking blows.
So a
Yeah.
lot of people that
Still
go to
running.
my sister's work, she says a lot of them just arrive having run to work
Yuck! No.
with a backpack
Don't
on.
get a shower or anything.
But that's it. So now, like the CEO runs to work and then he's just a sweaty mess for the rest of the
That
day.
whole office fucking smells like feet.
That would just be gross. And everyone rocks up in Lycra and then you have to change. And when you get out of a pool and you've dried, but you're still a bit damp and you put some clothes on, you just feel like,
You need a long shower after something like that, after a lot of cardio, because you're very sweaty. And if you just cool yourself down and
It's
get
not
out,
the
you
same
start
thing.
sweating straight away.
That's right.
Gross.
It's a lot.
People to cycle to work
Yeah.
Grow up.
with their little fucking bike and their Lycra on.
Grow up.
I did that once.
I got to put my cleats on. Wait, Bill. I've got to put my cleats
Yeah,
on.
clip-clopping into the
fuck
fucking
off.
office.
Jesus Christ.
did that
with your
once
cleats.
when I was a lollipop man, rode my bike to work, and then made Beck, who was just my friend, come and pick me up and get my bike.
Still
That's
is.
right.
Because I was like, you're just my friend. That's all you are. And yeah,
Only
fucking
I washed
hated
your
it.
hair for nothing.
Exactly.
I've got an Alec Baldwin update.
Oh,
We
I
were
had
t-
one too.
Just because we were talking about him, I felt like we should.
Same one?
We should.
Is it this, man? The last bit there?
Yeah, I've got
Yeah,
the quote.
yeah, great.
This Alec
So-
Baldwin update is brought to you by Gremlin Cables. The highest tech cables you can get for gaming and phone charging. Go to gremlincables.com.au, enter promo code BenJ for 25% off today only.
He turned that
He's
around.
bounced back.
Wow,
back.
what happened to...
Did that just happen during the podcast? You get a text?
Yeah.
They were like,
How did they get you the merch?
Huh?
What?
Well, I use these every day because I
Oh.
find them to be the best cable, and they're the only thing that I trust my tech to.
Shout out to... What are they?
Gremlin Cables.
Shout out Gremlin Cables.
How do you spell that?
Gremlin.
Don't get him wet.
GREM.
No cable. Cable.
Don't know.
Oh, that's a good point, Beck. If you get them wet, what happens?
Don't charge them after midnight either.
There you go. What happens then?
Huh?
What?
I don't know.
They burst
Okay.
into flames and
Product
kill you.
disclaimer.
They turn into a classic movie.
So Alec Baldwin, Alec Baldwin had his first public appearance and spoke to a journalist about the thing.
George Stephanopoulos. Not just any journalist.
thought it was a
George
lady.
Stephanopoulos
Where's he
From the
from?
Today Show.
from the Today Show. What? George Stephanopoulos not on the Today Show.
Carl Stephanopoulos.
That's Carl Stefanovic. I'm talking about George Stephanopoulos, the American CNN presenter. I'm fairly certain.
thought it was a lady.
Well, the article I read said George Stephanopoulos.
It
That's
was a
why I
man.
brought
It was
up.
a man talking to
It was
him.
100%
Oh,
George
okay.
Stephanopoulos.
And he said, quote, "While the trigger wasn't pulled, I didn't pull the trigger. No. I would never point a gun and pull the trigger." So he's claiming it was a misfire. So he's saying it did go off, but he didn't pull the trigger, and it was a
It's
misfire.
a big claim to make if it's not
Huge.
true.
Also-
do you know what I mean? That's like that right there. I feel like the first thing I thought of is that's a career ruining lie. If you are lying, you're fucked.
But also, there's unless the
no way to
camera
tell.
was on him and can get footage of it. There's not very many ways to.
Is there not? They can't like check the gun.
I mean, he's maybe he's got a fingerprint on the trigger or some shit. But I
He'll
mean,
have a fingerprint on the trigger.
yeah, exactly.
anyway.
I kind of, off the top of my head, I can't think there's many ways you can prove it without footage.
Do you believe him? Did he look believable?
I didn't think so. I saw it on the news as I was working, and I was like, I don't fucking believe you for a second. He just.
Really?
It's a big.
There was like
coincidence.
he took a beat, and then when he was talking about the lady that died, he's like, and everybody who worked with her, and just like it just felt very, very formulaic.
He is a bit like that though.
He's also a great actor, so he can easily just like turn it on if he needs to.
Yes, but he's just a bit like that. I do watch a bit of Alec Baldwin stuff and listen to him a lot.
He is a dramatic man.
He's a dramatic man, so I wouldn't be surprised if that's his genuine reaction to like take a beat and collapse on the floor.
But also, the thing he said, where he's like, "I would never point a gun and pull the trigger."
What's I'm saying? It's a big lie.
Like you would have done that multiple times on the film. What a very broad thing to say. I would never point a gun and pull the trigger. I'm like, you have to do that.
But you don't know how many times in a set you actually do point a gun at.
I think he
directly at
means
somebody.
in that context.
Yeah.
In anything that was not
chosen.
and action. We're going for a live take, everyone, because he is a bit of a gun control guy as well.
He's a super
Historically.
Democrat. He is not about guns in any way, shape, or form.
He also said, "I have no idea how it happened. Someone put a live bullet in a gun, a bullet that wasn't even supposed to be on the property." That's the two quotes.
So it was a live round, was it?
So interesting.
Yeah.
So
The
interesting.
live round
Something.
misfire. He didn't pull the trigger. That's the current story. Shouldn't close that. I still have notes.
That's
He might be a bit
interesting.
confused.
Huh?
He might be a bit confused. I don't know whether it was a live round.
Or he's got a lot of money in this project, and he can't afford to have it collapse on him like that. I don't know.
I don't know. Well, I mean,
What difference does that
that's
make?
his quote.
Well, I just think like maybe he thinks he's a bit untouchable, and that he can lie. Like if it is a lie, he feels like he can get away with it because he's huge. I don't know.
Does the
just
lie
think
help the
it's-
project in any way, though?
Well, maybe it helps him from getting sued too much.
It's just a big. That's what I'm saying. It's a big lie.
It's a big.
It would, yeah, it's a huge,
from then
huge
on,
risk,
from
yeah.
then on, he's just a liar. Because if the reality is, look, I pulled the trigger. It was an accident. There was a gun. It wasn't supposed to be loaded. I'm so sorry. I hope anybody can forgive me. It was a total accident. Fine. It was an accident. Accidents happen, right? It's clearly you've killed someone and that's horrendous, but it was an accident. But to say I never pulled the trigger and then it comes out that actually, yeah, sorry, I did pull the trigger and I didn't mean it. Now you're lying. Now you look worse.
Yeah.
If it's a Western and he pulled the hammer back or something, and that's the hammer's gone forward for some reason.
That's a good point.
But I think he must be confused. Has anyone actually confirmed that there was a live round in there?
No, I don't think so.
I'm just.
I think it's still all under investigation.
Because I feel like it would have happened. The set goes haywire. They go off. He gets questioned by the police.
But if there's a bullet in her, which
Look
they
up,
would have
lady.
been able to find.
But isn't it like shrapnel or something?
Was it?
I think it was bits of gun, I thought.
It was bits of gun that killed her.
Do you want to do some live research, Beth?
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure none of that is public yet. Because
Oh, okay.
I had been following this. I'm pretty
Alright.
sure it's all
We'll
still
have
a live
updates, but
investigation.
This is all speculation.
Yeah, I felt like because we touched on it a lot already. We should try and give an update every now
But
and
it's
again.
so interesting. It's
Yeah.
it's a very interesting piece of news. That's not political in any way, which is so good.
And we're definitely the people to be delivering it.
Oh, yeah.
Well, you know, I think so.
The greatest analytical minds in this room.
Well, look, I think lots of things. I think lots of thoughts. I have lots of broad thoughts. Big things I do. And I think as the thinker that I am, I should express my.
Fucking hell, though. Jesus Christ,
So
mate. What was that?
I saw some old naked men at the gym. Yeah, that's my whole bit. That's it. Thank you.
Great. And you said you don't like improv.
Yeah, I'm pretty good.
Gremlin Cables.
Yeah,
gremlincables.com.au.
just for you. That's what I've got. No, I'm going to save that for next week. I'm going to save something for next week,
Oh my
everybody.
God.
Live editing. Look
I've
at
got
this.
a new briar sort of in my life that I want to dive into.
Oh, God.
But I feel like we don't have as much time to get into it right now. We should.
We don't?
Nah.
Okay.
I would, however, like to wish my auntie a public good luck because she's running in a 5K in 2 weeks that she has not practiced or trained for.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
And
Does she often
she's not
run?
a runner. She's not a
Okay.
runner. She's
Okay.
not. She's
On a
just-
scale of like you to Usain Bolt, where is she on the spectrum of running?
She's less than me.
Really? You're further on?
She doesn't work out, and she's not unfit by any stretch of the imagination. She's not like an unfit person.
I reckon I could struggle through 5 kilometers.
But she's like. But the other day she said,
I mean, yeah.
And kill a bear.
she's doing it with a friend of hers. Her
Oh, I saw a fucking video of a lion the other day. I couldn't kill a lion even with a gun. That thing was huge.
You seen a video of a bear?
Yes, but the lion. Sorry to derail your auntie, but I saw a video of a
derail
man,
herself, don't worry.
a man trying to make coffee in South Africa, and there was a lioness.
Oh, yeah, I saw that. How crazy is that?
Holy fuck! He's in like a fucking it was the shittest little house, and it had chicken wire windows, and he wanted to get to the kettle. Right, and the kettle's in the corner of the house, and there's a lioness lying underneath that window. Right. And the male lion, because the pride was there and the pride had moved on, but she decided to stay, so he stayed with her to protect her. And the male lion, anytime he moved, was like, it was fucking terrifying. And when I
Looking through
saw
the
it,
window, yeah.
he was like, I just want coffee, mate. I just want coffee. And every time he moved, it was like, ugh. And then the lion moved away for a second. He like went to get the coffee, and the lion noticed him and ran back. Did you watch the whole video?
I only saw a short version.
Oh
of it where
my
it's him
God.
going
The
like-
lion ran back and was like fucking like growling and bark. What do they do? They don't bark.
Yeah, they woof.
He was
Howls.
woofing. He was woofing, big time
Roar.
woofing. Roar, that's the word. And it was fucking terrifying. So even if I had a tank, I'm still certain that the kid.
Have you seen that video of
that?
that tiger? They're way worse than lions, I reckon.
I never
way
said I
harder.
could kill the tiger.
There's a one with the
Tigers are bigger than lions.
It was implicit. There's a.
It wasn't.
And also, there's a video I saw of a
Don't put
guy.
words in my mouth. I can't kill tigers.
There's a guy riding on an elephant through like a rice field or something. So it's like
Right.
tall grass, and this tiger just comes from like 20 feet away, jumps up above the height of the elephant, and like swipes at the dude on the.
Does the dude get
Elephante.
hit and die?
Yeah, but there's like photos after of like, look how fucked my leg is. So I think they were
He's,
like,
like,
mush,
alive.
mush, and the elephant was like, fuck, and they got out of there.
You don't have to tell me twice. Here we go.
Yeah, nature's fucked.
Shit. How many are there? And elephants are notoriously scared of
So
everything.
scary. I don't like lions. I saw a video of a guy who's like in Dubai. He's like in one of those rich towers somewhere, and he's just got a pet lion. And the guy's a friend of his is like reaching over the lines, going "Rrr," like he's protecting
Yeah,
the
nah.
owner, and he's going, "Rrr," and then he swipes at him with just that fucking paw
Just
that's
huge,
like this
the
big,
biggest fucking
and just
paw
knocks
ever.
the drink all over the guy, and he's like, good boy, and like pats him. And I was like, Jesus, you should not be fucking around with that sort of
No
shit.
way.
I saw a thing the other day. It was like a close up of a lion's tongue. It's like it's got these little spikes and shit on it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, so they can hold on to like meat and stuff.
Yeah, it's like if you licked your hand twice or 3 times or something, there'd be no meat left on your hand.
Well,
What? They're really spiky.
It's
yeah.
like a cat's tongue expanded.
But
That's
way
why
biglier.
a cat's tongue is like sandpaper because they
Yeah.
got those little spikes.
You're telling me if a lion licks my hand twice, I don't have any flesh?
twice or 3 times. It's a very small number.
Look up, lady. Immediately.
Do you
I'm not
Google
looking that
how
up.
many times lion lick hand, no flesh?
What do you
Punch that up
mean?
real quick.
Like
That's it.
like skeleton, like cartoonly skeleton?
I think so. Like,
That's fucking disgusting.
Yeah.
I hate
You
lions.
still, I want to give you a project and I want you to follow through with it. When you have some time off, please watch Tiger King.
No.
Watch season 1 and watch season 2.
I watched 2 episodes. I was just not interested.
It's so crazy. I can't believe you don't.
I was just
you're
not
hooked in it
interested.
at all.
Joe Exotic annoys me.
Yeah, well, that's the point. He's a fucking lunatic.
Yeah, but like he's not like an entertaining lunatic at all. He was just I was
pretty
just like, this
entertaining.
fucking dude sucks.
I
I
can't
do not want to watch him anymore.
I really want to, because I want to
Oh
get into
God, Carol Baskin. Oh God,
That's the fucking
my
worst.
lions. Fuck off, my tigers.
They're
No,
not.
I
It's
don't
like
care.
it's like Real Housewives or something. You're like watching me like these people are the worst. I'm gonna keep watching.
I'll try again.
Watch this shit fall apart.
But I'm watching Cowboy Bebop. That's very good.
the anime one.
No, the live action one. And when I'm finished, I'll go back and watch the anime. Anime?
Yeah.
It's an anime.
Anime.
So my auntie went for a run with her friend.
Oh yeah.
Her and her friend they're like, let's do it together. Let's run a 5K. And she's like, okay. She doesn't have workout clothes or anything. So after work, they went for a run. And she's like, I don't know. I was talking on the phone. She's like, I don't know. We went like maybe a kilometer, but I'd had a BLT and chips. So I was just like,
Jesus Christ.
I was just so hot and sweaty. And we were like, yeah, so we didn't do it. But we'll do it on the day. Like, even if we do it slow, as long as we finish, we might even walk it, that sort of thing. But I reckon we'll run a good chunk of it. And I'm like,
When is it? 2 weeks? So
2 weeks.
now.
It's the 10th. Because I remember it's your thing's the 9th, that's the 10th. And on the 11th. No, it's the 11th. I said, because I could maybe go in the morning to see her because I want to see
It's
her.
in Shepparton.
So show on the
No,
9th,
no. In
run on the
Melbourne.
10th,
Is
funeral
it
on the 11th.
10th? Yeah. No, funeral at the end of the 11th.
So on the 11th, but I know that we're having a get together on the 11th. And I was
Bit of a
like,
shindig?
a little shindig. And it'll be good. It'll be good.
All right, cool.
Yeah. So we could maybe go in the morning and watch my auntie vomit and then come back here for the shindig.
That's next week.
the 11th. Yeah, it is next Saturday.
So it's not in 2 weeks.
Yeah, you're right.
It's actually when this comes out.
Yeah.
Ta-da.
The day that this is out.
It's today.
My auntie's probably right now vomiting.
His auntie decided that she didn't want to do it today. She didn't do it. Imagine if she just doesn't do it.
She had a Palmer.
She's like, you know what? Had a party yesterday. I'm not feeling it.
When you're listening to or watching this podcast, his auntie will be at the pub having a Palmer.
Anytime from now on.
We had another conversation where she was like, I'm at this gym, it's called blah, blah, blah. And I think I might sign up for Fernwood. Is Fernwood any
Yeah,
better?
yeah.
I'm like, I don't really know.
Then it's a ladies' gym. You wouldn't know.
Well, exactly. Oh, yeah. Well, I had no idea. But I was just like, I don't know. I don't know the brands or whatever. Or the chains.
Yeah.
And she was like, when I was like, well, what's the current gym like? She's like, oh, I don't really know. I don't really go.
God damn.
And I'm like, wait, so like how long you been with this gym? She's like 2 years. I'm like, how many times have you gone? She's like, I want to say once.
Oh no.
And I was like, so is signing up to another gym a good idea? And she's
Yeah.
like, yeah, but my friend's
Is this your
there.
mother's sister?
No, my dad's sister.
Ah.
And she was like, she's cool. Right? She's the best.
Yeah.
She's like not like any. She's adopted, so that sort of explains why she's not like
right.
any of my family.
So she's cool.
Yeah, she's very cool. I mean, she was adopted when she was like a baby, but she's still
DNA
like,
does stuff, man.
she's
DNA
the
does
coolest.
stuff.
She's the
saying
coolest. You met her. She came around one time with her big dog, and you came around and said g'day.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
The bulldog. Does she have a bulldog?
Yeah,
Is a bulldog considered a big dog?
No.
it's just beefy. This is a beefy
It's a
machine.
little risole of a dog.
Dense.
Dense.
That's
yeah.
my bulldog.
It was like
noise.
the weight of Shuggy condensed down into like a tennis ball.
Like a neutron star.
Yeah, goes any smaller, we're gonna have a black hole.
I think you can say that anymore.
I'm just fairly certain you're allowed.
Stop it.
What? You're the one saying this shit.
Jesus Christ. Throwing out things like black hole. My God.
I have been on a tear the last 3 days.
Oh, of what?
Every single night, I'm watching space videos.
Oh,
universe,
really?
Questions of the world.
So
all this shit.
good.
Just sitting back.
Are you getting marijuana beforehand?
On occasion, I have, but not every time. Like one time, I was watching this one that was like
Any Vsauce? We've expanded.
Well, I like Vsauce, but Beck doesn't like Vsauce as much.
Beck doesn't like Vsauce?
So I watch
Fucking
Vsauce on
hell,
my
Beck.
own.
There's something weird about you.
We watched one of those ones where it was like, you know those videos where they like have like a model of something and then they go to another model just to give you size comparison
Yes,
and
I
through
love
it.
them.
So I went from like the smallest thing in the universe, the known universe, to the biggest thing in the universe, and it took
Where did Earth go?
17 minutes, and I was like,
Earth is probably pretty early.
it was like in the first 2 or 3 minutes or something.
That's pretty scary.
Yeah.
There's 15 more minutes of bigger things.
I might overestimate that.
I did that with it wasn't space shit though. It was the first one was I just got into one of those, you know, where you look at one thing that comes up in your suggestions like that's weird. I don't know why that's there, but I'll have a look because YouTube knows me. And it was like biggest buildings ever.
Yes.
And it was like
I love
starts
that.
with like an old timey skyscraper. You're like, that's pretty big, and then
Yeah.
it goes to the biggest one ever conceived
fucking-
of. And you're like, there's no way they could ever build that. And then I did it with like Nazi tanks.
Yes.
And then it gets to the end, you're like, that's like the size of a skyscraper, and Hitler wants to drive it around the town. Doesn't make any fucking sense.
I like
Make it.
I like it a lot. With like video game characters, height, and it starts with a grunt and it ends with something fucking huge. And it's just
I
great.
love going
They're all
down
great.
a YouTube. Beck's on a YouTube hole right now, which is defunct theme park rides.
What do you mean by that?
Theme park rides that failed or were shit or whatever, and she's
That
just
failed as in killed people?
Sometimes,
Oh my god.
if I'm lucky.
What's that one where it's like,
Oh
I've come up
my
with this great
God.
new ride. It's this like trampoline. You jump off a thing and you land on a thing, and they're demoing it for the first
You're
time.
thinking
for
of the
investors.
board game Mousetrap.
That's right. And the person goes up and jumps off the thing, and then just hits the ground and dies. Like, oh fuck, we forgot to put the trampoline bit on.
is that real?
Plug it in, yeah.
Oh my
Something that
god!
they were supposed to set up on the first time they were using it. They're like, oh, the bit that stops people dying. We should have put that
Oh
on.
my god.
And that's like something you can't. That's it. Like
Well, yeah,
you don't
then they're
go.
like-
we can't plug it
No,
back
no,
in.
no, we plugged it in
Shall
now.
we start the
plugged it-
bidding?
Do it
We've
again.
got a second one. Definitely will work this time. $1,000? $2,000. Who wants to buy the rights?
Imagine if you were the person who had to go next, and you're walking up to the edge of the thing, just fucking.
Because you've invested all your money into this. Like, what, you built it? Why don't you?
Is it-
I got to operate the trampoline bit.
Is it plugged in?
Yep.
Are you sure?
Yep.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how certain are you?
7.
Show me. Send me a picture of it. Message me. Send me a fucking photo. Unplug it and plug it back in. See what happens. Just show me what happens when it's unplugged.
Why would you throw a person? Wouldn't you just throw a heavy ball or something? Why would they say, oh, no worries, it's on tier?
The thing I've learned about theme park people that might answer that question is there is a certain part of the people who build them that are just so fucking dumb. There's always somebody in the creative team who's so fucking dumb.
Really?
There's just so many ideas and rides. I'm like, that is the dumbest shit. It's always like money brings down quality, and then when you have no money, it brings up quality, but like adds danger. It's just a fucking mess.
So
I don't want to go to a theme park ever again.
the story of those people that were in the water park and then they were on the donut that goes through like the wishoo
Oh
and it
my
flips
God.
and then
I
she
think about
gets-
that. That's
he
my
gets his
lathe.
head cut off or something.
Yeah, it happened here.
At Gold Coast.
Oh, it was the Gold Coast. That's right. It was at the
Dreamworld.
Gold Coast.
Dreamworld.
Yeah.
I think it's the one that is on a track and it flipped, and then they.
Been on it many times.
Is it
The
on a track?
The Thunder River Rapids.
We're getting
track.
to the end of the podcast. Can we have a joke? I don't want this to be the end of the podcast. So their fucking heads flew off.
Well, we could just cut earlier. It could be post show.
We are going to the theme parks in February though.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
strap in,
So
big
just
fella.
wear a neck brace or something.
I'm fine. Look, I'm fine with rides. I'm fine. I don't like them, but I'll get on them.
Is that true? You don't like them at all?
No, I like them when I do them, and then I want to do them again. But the waiting and the hesitation just fucks me up.
Yeah,
I
we
wanna
just
get
got to
on it.
pop your cherry again.
I
But
don't
it's-
want any roller coaster where my legs dangle. That's for damn
I don't
sure.
like that. But water parks, I can't stand it because you're not in a ride, you're in the ride. You get in a cart, you go, blah, 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 blah. It goes. It fucking does what it's supposed to do.
Right.
When you're in a water park, you are the cart. And there's so much difference in weight and size and stuff like that my experience is going to be so much different from Beck's. And if Beck goes down a thing and she goes, no, like that, I might go down and go, foot, and fucking smash into the water or skip across the water, and my big tits are fucking jiggling while I'm going. I fucking hate water parks.
We're not going to them.
That seems like there's something deeper at play there.
I don't like having my shirt off anywhere, and also being
take your
scared
shirt off.
because you're walking around with the.
We're a rash fest.
Because I know what's
T-shirt.
going to happen is I'm going to be on the water park. I'm going to go on a ride, and the water's going to get up, and I'm going to go. Oh,
Sorry, buddy. This is a shirt off ride.
I'm going to choke. I'm going to waterboard myself. How much of my tits was just in that shot?
So much. I don't like taking my top off 30 seconds before he just takes his fucking top off. Jesus,
He doesn't like taking his top
You
off
showed
and
off
having
your-
his titties be wet.
That's true.
Newly shorn chest as well. Aerodynamic. We should go.
Yeah.
But then he will skip across the water.
Off into the sunset. Bye, Matt.
Hey, it's GMat here, and don't forget, if you enjoyed that episode of the GMat podcast and you want to hear more, we also have the podcast post show over at patreon.com/the GMat podcast. The post show is a shorter episode recorded directly after the main podcast where we wrap things up and talk about anything we didn't have time to talk about. $3 a month and cancel anytime. We are a community-supported podcast, so your support over there funds the show and makes it easier for us to keep doing what we love. If you want to support us, head over to patreon.com/the GMat podcast.